Hello and welcome to the show. We start this week's Failrace episode with Redneck Wrecker on Forza Motorsport 6 and AI getting confused with the Long Beach roundabout. Now, they have seen this before. In fact, two of them managed to end up on the roundabout. However, the extra unusual bit is the GTR that, after wiggling a bit, decides to just fall over. I'm not quite sure what. Cars, getting stuck on the roundabout, and as the Viper is doing a little bit of lawn mowing, that does happen. Sometimes the AIs do sometimes get confused up here, but never seen one manage to fall over. Also, at such a low speed as well, it is quite impressive. The game is eventually kind and resets the car, but still, that's a good effort. That is a good commitment to falling over. Blaze the Fox is up next on Grid Legends. Now, the AIs in this game do sometimes have scripted crashes. This time around, though, it is a teammate leading the race, going for a silly roll, and oh so nearly taking out the player car. Well, it's bounced across in front of the field. Surprisingly, wasn't a bigger crash in all of that. So this is right on board with the player vehicle, if you like. And yeah, their teammate goes for a roll, comes back across the track in front of them. So lucky to get away with it. So very lucky to have gotten away with that one. We're on to Need for Speed Unbound next with a police chase. Funnily enough, Failrace Police Department, yeah, they have made their way. They have made their way into another game. As keep an eye on the Corvette in all of this. So there's been a little bit of paint swapping and everything. The Corvette is approaching its speed. Player gives it a nudge and all that. Now the Corvette tries to get back at the player car and slightly mistimes it, managing to launch and roll across the top of the player. Water is the next on Unbound as well, with the traffic making a roadblock. No, that is not a police roadblock. That is AI traffic cars having made a roadblock for no good reason. Seemingly, it first catches out the Golf and then catches out the next player along as well, who smashes into it. We have got Snippet on Need for Speed Underground 2, racing along the motorway, and they managed to clip a car before going for many cartwheels and bouncing off the wall. It's still going on the cartwheel front. It's a hell of a collection of cartwheels for the poor RX-8, and it does land on its wheels though. Yep, that's a big shunt. That is a very, very big shunt. Calvin Tola is on Kartcraft. Unfortunately, can't quite get as many cartwheels out of the go-kart, but can still manage to do a few. Yep, that is a small curb leading to, well, a not great time, if I'm honest. It's just, we turn in through this next corner, it is hit the curb a little bit too, but it wasn't even crazily hard hit, it was just enough to tip it onto its side, and sure enough, it fell over. Mad Camera is up next on Wreckfest, having a bad day. We've seen the RX-8 go for some cartwheels, we've seen a go-kart go for some cartwheels, so now we have got, well, many more cartwheels, a hell of a lot more destruction. I've slightly forgotten the name of the car at this moment in time, but it's almost dead in one crash, and many cartwheels as well. Just a bad day, really, for them. We have Josh up next on Battlefield 5. Now, they're getting in one of these transport boats. Everything seems fairly normal, apart from the fact, when they drive it, all of the physics has decided not to work. Nope, that's not helpful. That's not how the boat should be acting at all. Much puke would be coming out by this time. But it is, I guess, more cartwheels in some ways than we've seen from the cars so far. It's possibly moving about in ways it shouldn't. It's slightly flying, it's slightly underwater. Whatever it is, it's not gone well for them at all. Silver is up next on SnowRunner. I know what you're expecting, because we always expect the same sort of stuff when it comes to SnowRunner, but fear not, because it is not going to be that. No, they have two vehicles trying to leave the shop. The lead vehicle manages to clonk itself on the concrete. The car we're riding with goes to pull it out, mistimes it slightly, and then manages to bounce off a post before ending up on their roof. Trying to help, and, well, the original vehicle has got free as well from all of that. It was trying to help, didn't go so well. We're on to Assetto Corsa. Next is a nighttime at Bathurst, and all the AI have made a mess. Yeah, that's a big problem. In fact, the AI's made such a big mess, the camera's got confused and fallen over in sympathy. So, track blocking crashes do happen. We have seen them on various games at various times, and at Bathurst, perhaps it is not the most unusual place, but the thing is, the AI car then went out again, and proceeded to stop. Followed by a bunch of other AI cars also proceeding to stop on a different part of the track. This is a different section. This is the first sort of straight that you get at Bathurst, and well, now we've got a second track blocking accident. And then this one's even worse, actually, than the original. It's now completely blocked, and the cars behind are not really making much of an effort. Yeah, that's broken. It's probably the best way to put all of that. Two-stroke for me up next on Assetto Corsa. Well, anything Bathurst can do, Oschersleben can do almost as well. Yep, that's not quite the most track blocking of accidents, but things have gone wrong at that chicane. They do manage to sort themselves out getting through there, but a fair few laps later as the race continues. Same chicane, this time it is a 911 and a Viper, I think it was, managed to get together. The Porsche going for a very big flight across that one. Yeah, that's... I mean, the car we were following got fairly lucky. It was a big shunt. And finally, we have RC Cookie on Beam NG Drive. We've seen track blocking. Well, the AI on Beam are also up to that sort of shenanigans here. This, one of the race scenarios as we head into the first corner. An AI clips a wall and, well, that's, yep, that's the track blocked. It's one way to stop the player from being able to advance or complete this. The cars do get themselves unhooked, but, yeah. There we go. The AI are learning to make life difficult for players, it would seem. That is going to be it for this episode. As ever, if you have clips you'd like to submit to this series, you can via a Google form. All the rules and how it works can be found on there. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.